Alright, so today we've got this crazy alien animal from what's called the water on our new planet here today. And so what they're calling this portion here, this middle section here, is called the mantle. It is basically the mid portion of our animal today. And what we see is a bunch of tiny little dots here. These dots are pores from the squid that are actually responsible for making its color change when it's in the water. So this nice animal is what's called a cephalopod. It means actually head-foot in Latin, so it's called this because it has the big tentacles here right next to its head. So head-foot is the name for our animal, cephalopod. And what we're going to be, just some terms for today, we're going to be calling this top side right here the ventral side, and the back side here is going to be the dorsal side. So the reason you can tell this is the ventral or the top is because it has this nice hollow tube here called the siphon. And then also right here we're going to see it actually has 10 tentacles. And there's going to be 2 long ones, if I can find them right here. There's this nice long one right here, and there's another long one here if I can find it. Just trust me, there's going to be a total of actually 10 tentacles here. So this front part here is going to be called the anterior. This top up here with the big fangs, we're going to call that the posterior. This thing actually only has 2 official tentacles. There's the 2 longest ones, if I can find them in here. There's one right here, longer than the others. Right here. There's another one somewhere in there. All the other 8 things are actually called arms. They're shorter and stubbier, like this one here. So it's going to have a total of 10 appendages coming out from its anterior side. Alright, so this part right here, underneath all the tentacles and arms, we have the beak. That's that black part. It's actually hard to the touch. And then there's also the mouth in there. The mouth is obviously where they're going to be taking in their food so that they can stay alive. Alright, so we got some just nice sharp dissecting scissors right here so that we can take off the arms and tentacles of this alien animal so that we can get more easily to that mouth and that beak I showed you earlier. So just going to keep safe here, and we're going to make some cuts. There's one. Yeah, we hold that. This is my assistant here helping me out. This is just so that we can get to the mouth and the beak easily.
Well, it's looser because we cut the other side already. So we're going to be taking its whole cap off.
Almost done here.
Oh.
Turn that a little bit here to get those last 3. Turn it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Alright, and there we go. Got the arms cut off now. The first thing we're going to do here is we're going to take this actual beak out and this mouth out of the bottom part of our animal right here. So we're going to be using these nice dissecting tweezers right here, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to go.
I think that's definitely enough.
Pause it a little bit.
We can see. First, this isn't my iPad. Turn this
Into the mouth right there.
just in case he drops it in.
And we're going to give it a nice. If I can grab it, these tweezers are kind of large. Right there. And we're going to pull out some of that's the beak right there, and the part of the esophagus is going to come out right there.
No, he was joking. He goes, that's it probably is.
Alright. So that's the beak right there. We're going to take out some more of the beak. That is the beak right there.
We can't see because your hands in the way.
It's really tough because we can't. Alright, and then what we're going to do.
See it deeper, he's too way deeper.
We're going to pull. You need to pull that. You need to pull it right there. Alright, so what we're going to do now.
See the entire.
Yeah.
Deeper.
It's hard to
Yes, exactly. That's perfect.
Alright, that's going to be nice and firm. Grab the mouth part, all that out right there.
Because we cut it clean. No, they cut on the opposite side. We cut under. We cut on the opposite
Alright,
side.
a little more of the beak right there. We didn't cut perfectly clean, so if, we can take the scissors real fast. Here. Just cut those little portions right there. And then our esophagus is going to come right on out.
It's not even.
When you label it with this, you can stick it into the actual tray. Whoa.
Nick, can you pull up my? I know, but Nathan, you're not supposed to do this on air. I know that for a fact.
No.
There's like no room. It will not fit. Let's go down.
Explain what that is.
Alright, so this is going to be a big part of the esophagus right here. So the food, when the squid takes it in, they're going to be crunching up their food with that beak, and there's going to be, the food's going to be taken into the squid via the mouth and then into the esophagus. So we just took that out, took a little bit longer than expected, didn't cut it perfectly clean, but now you can see there's a cavity right there. Alright, so the thing we're going to do right now is so we can expose some of the internal organs. A lot of the internal organs are going to be right over here on the side of the squid, or on the side of our animal. So what we're going to do is we're going to just be nice and careful, and we're going to cut up from where the siphon is, which is right around here. And we're going to cut up through the mantle, and being careful not to destroy anything.
We already cut this.
Oh, this is perfect. You're still going, just keep going.
It's okay.
Okay, we cut the liver.
You still have one on.
Alright, and see there now we see all the wonderful internal organs of our nice animal right here. Alright, let's take a look at what this animal actually has for anatomy parts. We're going to first see this part. Remember we called that the siphon. That's going to extend out of the squid. And it has this opening that actually goes inside of the squid. If you see from me putting my probe in there, what it uses this for is it's actually going to be expelling waste and water out through here. So it uses this to expel water to be able to move. It uses it to expel waste from its digestive system. And then we see the ink sac right here. It actually pushes ink out through the siphon. So it would use the siphon for all those three purposes, as well as the ink sac that's going to squirt out when our animal is scared or is threatened. And we're also going to see there's some gills on this side and on this side here as part of our animal. We see that this portion here is the heart right around there. It's going to actually be pumping blood all throughout the animal to keep it nice and alive. And then if we look, there's a bit of part right here. And this sac right here around there is actually going to be the stomach. It's where when you get the food for the squid, it's going to go there to be digested, and then it connects through the intestines. The intestines run actually all throughout the mantle of the squid, where they all the way to the rectum, where they're going to be expelling waste through the cycle. All right, cool. So what we're actually going to have here is, remember we have that ink sac right up top there that's going to hold some ink that the squid will eject when it's scared. And if we can, I will open up the mantle a little bit more up top here. Right? Then actually we're going to see that if we lift up the organs a little bit, kind of hard to do, then we're going to see that there's actually a pen that runs right here. It kind of feels hard like plastic. It's a pen that runs right here. That is all that's left of a shell that was early evolved from other species before this animal evolved. It's nice and hard right there if it's hard to the touch. Okay.